Like?
Hold on, my son. I can smell it.
Он зубы, он лежит.
So all the Russians are dead.
Да.
Yeah.
Вот зубы.
So they've been stashing their water bodies. So in this village on the north of Kharkiv, which is only a few kilometres from where the Russian front line is, this was occupied by the Russians, and there's Russian vehicles all dead around here. And some of the locals we're talking to have told us that there was, I guess, a mass grave of Russians in the basement here. And we found it in the basement. Probably can't show any of this on YouTube, I'd get booted immediately. But yeah, there's multiple Russian bodies just dumped in a basement, just like animals just thrown in there and just degrading. But that's about all I can say, to be honest. So there's nothing in this video that will be that distressing to see, but it may be distressing to some people, I guess, to even hear about. But this village, which is in the far northeast of Ukraine, northeast of Kharkiv, we were the first people back in here. We were there as people were arriving back to their homes, and the destruction here was just immense, and it was a very sensitive area to film in, and I'm not very good at working up in your face like some journalists tend to, but it was me and a fixer and another guy, and we walked around, and these people who had entered their home talked about the smell in their basement, and you know, as we walked in and opened the basement door, there was just bodies, well, Russian bodies, I presume, by the Russian uniforms on them, stuffed down the basement, who'd obviously been there for, I'm guessing, a few weeks by how much the bodies had decomposed. And then in the well in the centre of this town, well, we saw a few bodies in there, but the local man told us that there were 8 Russian bodies there. Now, I don't want to speculate on who put them there, who killed them. It doesn't really matter. But I guess this is the reality of war. And there was a grave, a very shallow grave, where you could just see the man's feet out of it, like the tops of his boots, and just sort of some dirt thrown over him, who they tell us was a Russian man as well. And I guess this hits on the reality of war, and it's very easy for people to sit back in Australia, America, wherever, and throw shade at young men fighting and dying and everything, but it's like, at the end of the day, all war is old men talking, young men dying. Personally, I don't really think a lot of these young men really even want to be here or know what they're doing here. And a lot of these guys would have had their head filled with absolute propaganda. And I think celebrating deaths of young people, you know, who have been chewed up alive by a war machine on either side, I don't think it's the most classy thing. It sort of disgusts me. That's the reality of war. And a lot of people haven't seen it firsthand and seen the destruction, and you know, these people's home, they've lost all their homes, and what's left of their home has multiple bodies stuffed down the basement, and bodies lying in the street, and blown up tanks in their garages. And everyone has their opinions on the war, and I'll never take that away from anyone. That's one of your God-given or whatever belief-given rights in this world. But at the end of the day, war is hell. The reality is old men talking, young men dying, and seeing it firsthand. I don't care what your view is. It's not the easiest thing to see. But yeah, I think people need to take that into account when they see things getting killed and people dying, that's someone's son, someone's brother, someone's sister, you know, not just someone random. And it's not, you know, at the end of the day, soldiers don't make the bloody decisions. They're told to get in this and go. Anyway, that's my bit of a rant. But I hope you have a great day. I'll see you soon.